Hello, gentlemen and gentlewomen. How are you doing this fine day? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. So first of all, if you guys like anything scary, spooky, conspiracy theories, rabbit holes, dark places on the internet, some of the darkest things that people just refuse to talk about, if you guys want to learn more about that, this is the channel for you. I used to have a bigger channel. It's not there anymore. Now it's a Jake Paul dick sucking contest, but we're not... You'll learn about that later if you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not going to waste too much time with this. I want to get this whole video out of the way because it's kind of a long story, but I'm going to start from the beginning and then we're going to gradually get to where I'm at right now, which is still trying to get that account back from YouTube themselves. Hi, Future Editing Spooky here. Like I said, this was recorded about 6 months ago, and since then, we've had a lot of developments happen. So one of the biggest developments is that, if you guys didn't know, and I also reference it later in the video, is that my account was stolen and then changed the name 3 different times. The first time it was changed to a Saturday Night Live. The reason I knew that it was my accounts for 2 of the 3 times is that they didn't clear the community page. So my shit was still up on my community page, me like teasing videos and all that were still on the community page. So it was first changed to Saturday Night Live with a live stream going all the time. The reason I think they're doing this to Saturday Night Live, and the second one, which was Jake Paul, they changed the name to Jake Paul after Saturday Night Live, was because it could be like a fan account to massive things. So like it having a lot of subscribers would make sense. But again, they didn't clear the community tab, so I knew that they were my accounts. And also in the Jake Paul one, as well as the Saturday Night Live, there was a live stream going 24/7. So eventually the Jake Paul channel disappeared and I couldn't find it for about 2 or 3 months. And then I had the bright idea to go into one of my 5 different YouTube accounts. I don't know why I have 5 of them, I just do. And I just looked in the subscriptions that I have, and I just looked for a name that I didn't recognize and were the same across all of my other 4 accounts, because I subscribe to my own channels because I'm a loser. And the YouTube account I'm about to show you was subscribed to on all 5 of my YouTube channels. So I'm not saying that this is mine, but it's fucking my, everything's pointing in that direction. But there are some new nuances that I want to go through. So I want to show you the channel here. And before I even get into that, please don't go to this channel and throw hate at him, because I could just be a dickhead and he could have earned all this himself, and I could just be reaching way too fucking far. I don't know. But then again, I was subscribed to him on 5 different YouTube accounts and I've never heard of this motherfucker before. So I could be wrong, but that is a very slim chance. So let's go through it, huh? So this is the channel in question. As you can see, it has lost a lot of subscribers, probably because Jake Paul and Saturday Night Live were live streaming all the time. So they were just getting notifications from channels they don't remember subscribing to. So they just unsubscribed, like I did on all 4 of my fucking accounts. And another thing that's really weird, and I really don't understand it, so if you do, please explain it to me because I'm stupid. On the Saturday Night Live and the Jake Paul ones, the ones that I know are my accounts, the videos were posted years ago to make it look like the videos like were there, like were there for a while. But like I said, when I went into the community tab, like this one is completely gone. But when I went to the community tab, I saw all of my shit here. But the video said they were started like back in 2015. How is that possible? I don't know, but I'm guessing it's the same thing with this. Like, join September 16, 2015 so that nobody would know that this is a stolen account. I don't know. Another really weird thing to me is when you go to the videos, go to this guy right here, and you have all these comments. All of these fucking comments from a video with 7.7 thousand views. I'm not saying that like having a lot of comments with a little views is like an automatic like you're bad. Like maybe he earned it and I'm just being a dickhead, like I said. If you go to my videos and let's take this one, 10,000 views. Okay. Like I don't have that many comments. Like that's where it ends. Right? I mean maybe my audience is just not retaining shit. Let's go here to this next one. 16,000 views. Shut up. Go shut up. Like I don't get that many comments. And my biggest video right now is this one with 36,000 views. And I don't have that many comments. Okay, this is starting to look bad. There, it stopped. Jesus. I don't have that many comments with literally like 7, 14, 21, 28, 36. 5 times more views. I have at least 10 times less comments. I'm just saying. It's a little fishy. How he got this many comments on a video, I want to say that 90% of them are botted because a lot of them are just like generic replies. The best YouTuber, road to 50K. Like, just this kind of stuff. It's just botted stuff. But then there's things where like they actually mention his name. Like the captain is here. His name's Captain Chumpu. And how I'm guessing this happened is either one, he is a fantastic YouTuber and I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm just being an absolute dickhead, or two, it's the same thing with Instagram. You can go on an app and like comment for comment on someone's things, and a lot of them will be like personal to you. Or you could just pay for people to come to your thing and write comments down for interactions. Like, you can do that on Instagram. I know you can do it on Instagram. I know you can do it on Twitter. And I haven't looked it up on how to do it on YouTube, but maybe if he bought the channel, maybe he has enough money to do this. I don't know. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, when I first came here, this was the only video here. This was the only video on the channel. And now there's this one, and this one. So, like I said, I don't want you guys to go here and throw hate his way. Again, I could be reaching super far, but there's just a lot of red flags that I can't ignore it. Like, all 5 of my YouTube accounts were subscribed to this one, and I have no idea who this is. I mean, end of the day, don't throw hate at him. I could be wrong. I could be reaching. I could have just forgotten that he's maybe my favorite YouTuber of all time. I don't know. But all the evidence is pointing towards this is the guy that stole my account. So, enough about that. Let's get to the video. Let's get back to the video. Now, if you're here for hacking purposes or anything like that, you want to learn more about hacking, this is definitely not the channel for you. I was just a victim of a hack, of a Trojan horse, of a phishing email attack. And I'm just trying to explain what happened to me and hopefully help other people not go through the same situation that I'm going through, because I lost fucking almost everything on the internet. But I'm sure there's other outlets out there that can explain in better detail about what happened to me. All I really did was take a look into more of the CompTIA Security Plus exam to see exactly what was happening to me and take those and put it into Google and then Google what the fuck those mean. I don't know much about cybersecurity. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I do, but I do know what happened to me from firsthand experience, and I know for a fact that I can help other people avoid this situation. So again, if you're looking for a channel that is here to explain to you cybersecurity and also protecting yourself on the internet with various different, I don't know, antivirus software or whatever the fuck, this is definitely not it. This is a horror channel, and I was just hacked. That's all this is. We're moving on. And also, yes, I know, small tangent, the room is kind of a mess. I'm building another PC right now to record on better quality, get another camera and shit like that, but I can't get it to fucking work. So I had to put together my old PC back all over again, put it all back together, and then record this, and then after this I'm gonna fucking take it all apart. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Let's start off with the timeline of what this video is gonna look like. So the first part is going to be the history of what happened, I know exactly the time and date of when I was first hacked. What that looked like all the way up until the email where I was officially locked out of my accounts, what they used to lock my accounts out with. And then we're going to go into how I got my accounts back, or how I'm trying to get my accounts back to this day. About 3 months later, I still don't have access to my accounts, and how exactly I got into YouTube, and also some of the flaws that I see in the YouTube system and getting your account back. And then finally, the interview where I took the guy who hacked me, took everything I know and love, took it away from me, and I interviewed him. Gave him 10 questions over email. He answered them all, and that was that. And then I'm going to get into other posts because this dude doesn't know how to fucking answer questions. So the first step in this journey was on January 28th at 11:57 p.m. How do I know exactly the time? Is because I was playing Elden Ring with one of my coworkers when I finally got a buzz on my watch saying that I got an email. Spoiler alert, I don't give a fuck about emails on my watch, so I ignored it. When I looked at my watch, it said it was a Google security alert that said, hey, somebody's trying to get into your account. You need to take action right now. So I said, oh fuck. I put my controller down. I ran into this room onto this PC that I'm recording on right now to get onto my email, and by the time I got to my PC, I already had a code change. If you don't know, when you change a password to an email address and it's linked to another email address, so how do I explain this? Email 1 is the one that got hacked. Email 2 is the recovery email address. I signed into email 1 immediately. Within 10 seconds, I was kicked out of that email address saying that the password was changed. I was like, what the fuck? On email 2, I logged into email 2 and I got a bunch of these recovery email codes. If you don't know, when you change a password for email address number 1, it sends a code to email address number 2, your recovery address. It sends you a 4-digit code, and from that 4-digit code, you can then change your password because it then recognizes that it is actually you. Spoiler alert, Google, it wasn't me, you fucks. Forgive me if I'm ranting. I'm just trying to give you all the details that I have, and my brain isn't cooperating fully. So if it's starting to not make sense, I apologize. Now, this is a subtle detail of the email that I received. I received 2 different codes to change the password. I'm guessing they fucked up the first one because they're stupid as hell. And this detail is going to be extremely useful for you later on in this video. The entire email was in French. Just remember that the entire recovery email that I got was in French. Let's move on. Of course, I looked at everything that the email address was linked to, which would be my YouTube, my TikTok, I believe it was my Twitter as well. All of these things were linked to that email address, so I was extremely paranoid that they were gonna get into it and fuck my shit up, right? So I immediately go into those accounts and I change the passwords, except for my YouTube. I could not log into YouTube because I needed to log in to my email address number 1, which was hacked. So when I tried to get back into email address number 1, knowing that the password has changed, I thought, hey, maybe I have a recovery phone number. I have my phone. I could easily just get back into my account, right? Wrong. When I tried to get back into that email address, it prompted me to put in a security key. If you're unaware, what that means is that they locked my entire account behind what is known as a Google Titan security key. I have one. Give me 1 second. So this is what's known as a Google Titan security key. Is it gonna focus? Is it gonna focus? Is it gonna focus? I guess not. You have to trust me. This is a Google Titan security key. So what they locked my account behind is this. One of these, I should say. This, if you can't make it out because it's the camera's dumb. There. Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So if you can't tell, this is a USB thumb drive, for a lack of a better term, but it's completely flat. So this is a Google Titan security key. What this has is a series of numbers, I'm assuming. Like I said, I'm not a fucking crypto guy. You plug this into your PC. Your PC recognizes it as a security key, and it lets you into the account. That's what they locked my account behind, but their own. So there's no way I can get back into it. So I tried to call Google. That's what they locked my account behind, was their own Google Titan security key or something similar to that. I'm assuming it was a Google Titan security key because that is one of the cheapest and most reliable ones on the market. You can pick one up yourself for about 30 bucks, free shipping. Go pick one up. It's important for your internet security, especially if you have accounts as massive as I had them. I'm not trying to say that I have big accounts, but I am. Now, if you guys didn't know, and I wouldn't blame you because I didn't know this either, you cannot call Google about account security. There's no number for it. So I actually called. There is no phone number, no customer service option at all for account recovery. You have to figure it out on your goddamn lonesome. So me being the persistent fuck that I am, I called Google's advertisement services for business and I asked them for tips on how to get back into my account for account recovery. Yeah, I called the advertising guy for cybersecurity purposes. I was desperate, okay? Now, this has nothing to do with the story, but I want to praise this guy. I don't know what his name was, but when I called him, he said, I can't say much. This isn't my job. But what I can say is password reset and account recovery are 2 completely different things. And then he said, thank you for calling Google. Have a nice day. And he hung up the phone. That didn't help me at all. Like literally zero. But he tried, and that's the most important thing. So thank you, random Google guy, for that. If Google's watching this, give him a raise. Give him a fucking raise. So at this point, I kind of gave up hope, right? There was no way to get back into this fucking account. It was like locked behind a Titan security key. I searched Google. I searched Yahoo Answers. I searched everything that you could possibly do about getting back into your account. I tweeted, and then I tweeted about it. And first of all, it was my most retweeted tweet of all time. There was like 16 retweets. I'm a sad individual on Twitter. I know. Fuck off. But they were all like, hey, hit up this guy. He helped me get my account back. Hey, hit up this girl. She helped me get my account back and she was super professional. Don't ever fucking fall for that, because they're going to charge you money after they give you your account. They're literally going to take your account and hold it hostage until you pay them money. About 2-3 minutes after I tweeted that and all those retweets started coming in, YouTube themselves actually hit me up and said, hey, we can help you on this quest. We can help you on your embargo trying to get your account back if you just let us know what happened. And that's the route that I'm on right now, which is trying to get my account back through Google. It's been 3 months, and I still have no word on when I can get it back. But the point is that they're trying. So I had an account with about 78,000 subscribers. It was more than 70,000 subscribers. On the road to 80, on the road to 100,000. And about 2 hours after I was hacked, that changed to Sunday. It changed to Saturday Night Live. I swear to fucking God. It was at SNL Live X4987 or some random bullshit. And somehow they managed to get videos onto that account that were posted years ago. I don't know how they did that. I don't know if they like fucked with the algorithm a little bit or anything like that, but somehow they made it look like that account had been up and posting for years. Like, for example, if I had that account today and they hacked it tonight and they started posting stuff tomorrow, that account would look like it would have a video on that account that said posted 5 years ago. Does that make sense? Like, they posted videos in the past. I don't know. They fucking 1.21 gigawatts and fucking went back to the future with Marty and Doc. I don't know how the fuck they did it, but they did it. I don't care. Now, you guys are probably asking me how I know that was my account. It's because they didn't delete the community tab. And I believe if I go right now, actually, let's go right now. So I can't find it anymore. I can't even find the account. But that is not important. It is a little bit. But they didn't delete anything off of the community tab at all. So anything that I had posted, like I posted teasers to videos, I posted my thoughts on like me making a movie and stuff like that. I posted all of that on the community tab and it was still there. That's how I knew it was still my account, because when I looked at Saturday Night Live, but I went to the community, it was like, hey, this is a new video that I'm teasing right here, blah, 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 blah. This is like the most fucked up thing you've ever seen in your life, under the community tab. Now we're going to fast forward about 2 days later when they realized Saturday Night Live wasn't a big thing anymore. They went straight for Jake fucking Paul. I shit you not. They started posting as Jake Paul. And they started live streaming under Jake Paul as well. And I'm assuming what that live stream was for, I never joined it, but what I'm assuming that live stream was for is you watch the live stream of a previously recorded live stream, and in the comments was a URL where you would click it and you would also be a victim of that phishing attack. Now, I know that I have a massive audience on TikTok, right? I had a pretty big following on TikTok. Majority of my YouTube audience came from TikTok, so I immediately took to TikTok and I said, hey, this is what's happening. This is the account right here, and it's live streaming. Don't join the live stream, and don't fucking click the link in the live stream if you are stupid enough to watch it. And of course, a lot of people, didn't listen to me, I'm assuming, because when I look back, it said that there was 1.7 thousand viewers. Now I can guarantee you that 1.6999 viewers were not mine, but at least one of them was me, or not me, but one of my viewers. So you know what I mean. So now we're going to take a look at the actual email chain that was sent back and forth between me and the hacker. And the last bit was the actual interview, but the first three emails were professionally put together because these guys were posing as a business that they knew that I was interested in, and they knew that I wanted to work with. So they did their research on who I was, what kind of content that I do, and they offered me a sponsorship to promote a game called Redfall. If you don't know what Redfall is, Redfall was made by the same guys who made Dishonored 1 and 2, Arcane Studios. I'm going to just go ahead and read this email that was sent first that actually grabbed my attention, and you're going to tell me what you think about it. Okay, let's start. So the email starts off from a guy called Arcane Manager, or leave31444@wp.pl. That was sketchy as fuck. That's what I thought too. It looked really sketchy, especially coming from leave31444.wp.lp. So I was like, okay, this is kind of sketchy. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to read the whole email and see what we think about afterwards. So read along with me. Good afternoon. I'm Lucas Hernandez of Arcane Studios. I specialize in researching and selecting YouTube channels to promote games for Arcane Studios. The thing is, our Redfall game has a low visibility before its release, and we would like to boost it by promoting our product on your YouTube channel. The game is set in the island town of Redfall, Massachusetts. After a failed science experiment, a legion of vampires invade the town and isolate it from the outside world. Trapped inside of Redfall, players must choose one of 4 unique survivors: cryptozoologist and inventor fuck you, that word's dumb as fuck. Crosley. Telekinetic student Layla Ileson, combat engineer Remy De La Rosa, and supernatural sniper Jacob Boyer. Why the fuck did I turn him? Why did I turn him French? And kill their enemies, vampires, and humans. We want to publish our teaser to your YouTube channel and include the link to our official website in the video description. We're waiting to hear from you to discuss details. We look forward to hearing from you. To hear from you, answer us. We respect your decision. We trust you. Sincerely yours, official representative Lucas Hernandez, Arcane Studios. I was so blinded by the whole thing of Arcane Studios. I was a really big fan of both the Dishonored series, right? Or the Dishonored series and Dishonored games, and I was like, oh my god, Arcane Studios is hitting me up. You know, of course I'll take your offer. You know, blah 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 blah. I'm so stupid. But I didn't even think, because the last sentence or sentences or jumble of fucking words, we look forward to hearing from you. To hear from you. Answer us. We respect your decision. We trust you. That is the most fucking gibberish ass shit I've ever heard in my goddamn life. And I fell for it. I fell for it because I emailed them back. So let's see what I said, because I'm dumb as fuck. Good afternoon, Mr. Hernandez. I would love to join you, and a fan of your studio's previous works, and feel honored to help. Firstly, I would like to receive proof of authenticity. I do not often take partnership opportunities, and for one to be from a studio of this magnitude has taken me a bit of surprise. Please send me any details of the promotion and promotion trailer. Thank you for this opportunity. Hope to hear from you soon. Very respectfully, Kashikoa Spooky Monu. I know. If I want to, I can turn the professionalism on and off. I really just have it off all the time, but if I need to be professional, I can be. And this is proof. I'm just saying. So I was sketched out a little bit, right? Because right there, I would like to receive proof of authenticity, because I was sketched out. It's Arcane Studios. That's a big fucking studio. So I was like, all right, if you want to work with me, you have to prove who you are. I do not take partnership opportunities, and for one to be from a studio of this magnitude is taking me by a bit of a surprise. That one is true. I never took a partnership opportunity. I never took a sponsorship because I didn't think anyone was really good enough to promote, because if I'm going to promote a partnership or a company, they need to have at least some decency in hitting me up because they actually watch my channel, not because of the numbers, but because of the content that I put out, and the content and the partnership needs to make sense. I'm not going to be sponsored by by Ulta or Sephora. I don't make makeup content. But you'd be surprised by how many makeup creators want to collaborate because of the number next to my name. It's fucking crazy. So all this email was saying was, I don't take sponsorship opportunities. Arcane Studios Redfall is a horror-esque game, right? And this would make sense. I would 100% promote this game because it makes sense, because it is a horror game. I love video games. I love Arcane Studios, and they're going to pay me. Of course I'll do it. And so the first thing I said, I would like to receive proof of authenticity. And in the next email, you will see exactly what I meant by authenticity. So this is another guy. This is where I should have really taken back. Like, I should have really fell back and thought about it. But I was so blinded by the fact of, oh my God, Arcane Studios. I was more starstruck with the idea of the studio wanting to work with me. First of all, if you take a look at this email, it's written completely in Times New Roman. So this guy's name is Zakar Necros. I'm butchering the fuck out of that name. I don't care. But if you take a look at the actual email address, it's manager at... I don't know how email addresses work with companies like this. So I saw that and I was like, okay, this is the proof of authenticity that I'm looking for, right? Like Arcane Studios Online, like that's perfect. That's perfect. How would you fake an email address or a fucking web domain of at Arcane Studios Online? People do it all the time. I didn't know that, but now I do. So reading into this email, it says, "Thanks for the wait. We are happy to hear such words." First fucking massive red flag. And not because his English is broken, not because he's from a different country, but Arcane Studios is based in the United States, right? And I understand that his name is Zakar Necros, so he's obviously, he probably came from another country and English isn't his first language, and that was what was going through my head. Like, English isn't his first language, it's not his fucking fault, so let's push on through. But English isn't his first language because he doesn't speak English. What do I mean by that? Well, you'll find out more in a second. You could read the corporation agreement as a PDF file, as well as the in-game pre-roll on the website. This link right here is where the fucking Trojan was. Redfall.partners/download. Access to the archive is... Now, what that means is that this is a fucking... it's a password. It's a password protected file. It really proves or drives the point home that this is an authentic deal. Like, not everyone can get this deal. You need the password as well as the domain to get into it. So that was another layer of authenticity that I really thought sealed the deal of how realistic this whole thing was. So let's move forward. The agreement should be opened from a Windows computer, otherwise errors may occur. Everything was right in front of my face saying that this was a Trojan, but I chose to ignore it. Everything. The agreement should be opened from a Windows computer? Really? I mean, the whole thing, you need to extract it, but if you extract it... yeah, you know. If you read our agreement and agree with us, write us. After signing the agreement, we will transfer an advance payment to your account. Usually when you're getting scammed, they will say something like that. We will transfer the advance payment to your account. Like I said, I was starstruck by this company. I always wanted to work with a video game developing company. I know that I originally gained notoriety on TikTok for talking shit about video games and their studios and their developers and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, it was my dream to work with an actual studio. So for a studio to reach out to me, I was more starstruck and I didn't really care about what the email said. I was going to do it regardless, which is a bad business model. Don't fucking do that, kids. Read everything or they're going to fuck you. And as we go down more and more on the email, it has the link to the game's website, and at the bottom it says copyright 2023 Arcane Studios, rights reserved Arcane Studios. Now, if I fucking read that a little more, I could see that the copyright symbol is fucking copy pasted. It's not a true one, so it's not a fucking watermark. And rights reserved Arcane Studios. It's rights reserved to Arcane Studios, if you guys didn't know. This was the last professional email sent between us, between this exchange. This was the final email where the facade of them being a big video game studio. This was the final one. This is the last email that they pretended to be an actual video game studio. Because after I opened this, that was when I let the Trojan into this trusty PC on my right, and they got access to all of my accounts. Now, you already know the story of how I was hacked, how I found out I was being hacked, and now we're going to get into me treating them more like a human being. Because mostly when people get hacked, their first initial thought is, fuck you. You know, I fucking hate you. You took my entire life away from me. And those thoughts were going through my head, right? Because I had a massive platform. I had a huge following on YouTube, almost 100,000 people. It's a lot of people. On TikTok, I had 600,000 people on TikTok. Like, I had a big fucking thing, and these guys took it away from me. But instead, I really stopped. I didn't type him anything. I gave myself a couple days to sit back and really think about it. And after I got my head together, I decided to do what no one else in this situation would have done. I treated them like a human being, and I really looked at the amount of effort that was put in to this scheme, because this was a very complicated thing. And not only this whole email exchange and setting up a Dropbox and a Trojan and all this kind of stuff and putting on this facade, even though you don't speak English, like, it's really complex. And not even to mention the virus that they used. I'm going to get into that a little more after the interview, but it's crazy. So we're going to move on, and now you're going to see where I drop my professionalism and I go straight to trying to build a rapport on a personal level with this guy, and he drops his facade and he gets back at me. So the first email after this whole exchange was really me just trying to build a rapport on a personal level. So we're going to read that. First of all, bravo. The amount of effort put into this, for the lack of a better term, is remarkable. Watermarked emails, official email addresses, everything, bravo. There was a lot of effort put into this. You have jumpstarted my certificates into CompTIA security and cybersecurity. Spoiler alert, I did not go for that. I tried, but I realized that I'm learning way too much at once. I'm going to school for different things. Like, I gave that up because I'm going a completely different route with my education. So I guess not all bad came out of this experience. It's more of a learning experience at this point. If possible, I would love to interview you and your team. There was no team, it's just him. The amount of knowledge I have on your world is slim to none, and I would love to learn from it from an educational standpoint. I just want to ask some questions such as motivation, equipment, knowledge, experience, and motive. I would also love to know what kind of Trojan was installed into my machine. Like I said, I'm not upset. I was dumb and complacent in my security. I would just love to know the type of things that you guys do. Of course, this is totally up to you. I'm not going to escalate further, especially since you have everything you need. I would just like to have an understanding as to why you guys do what you do. If you would like to participate in this interview, we could do it over voice chat or just a chat room. Neutral chat room, please. Or neutral chat room, please. Lamau, because, you know, I'm a funny guy. I will do nothing to try and expose your identities or exploit information you give me. I would just like to know for my own knowledge and possibly try to educate others further on your world. Thanks for giving me the time to ask. I hope y'all consider my options or my questions. Very respectfully, Spooky. This was me really trying to drive home the point of, hey, I'm not upset. I would love to learn more about what you guys are doing. Like, are you guys making a living off of this? Like, is this your full-time job? Is you just like luring people in and taking it and just holding them hostages until you fucking pay them? Or like, what exactly are you doing with this, and how are you doing it? What kind of education do you have? How did you build this? Like all these kinds of questions were going through my mind. So this is the kind of questions that I wanted to ask him, and he responded. So let's really get into this. Lucas Hernandez. Hello. My experience is only 2 or 3 weeks, so this is my first experience of receiving such messages. I am interested in you, so you can ask any questions. I'll answer the ones that I can. Also, my apologies. He fucking apologized to me. Can you imagine, like, you stealing an entire world away from someone and then, sorry. I accept his apology. I accepted his apology because I really wanted to know. This is more of a learning standpoint. I fucked up. I understand that I fucked up. I'm still not upset at this guy. I'm still not upset in the slightest about this guy. But for him to apologize to me is just, it was a big jump in my opinion. Like, why the fuck would you do that? And also when he said my experience is only 2 to 3 weeks, I got hacked by a fucking noob. By a noob! A noob! Are you serious? Fuck! These next 2 emails are, I listed questions numbers 1 through 10, and he answered them 1 through 10. So how I'm going to do these emails is I'm going to read my question, and then I'm going to go read his answer. And I'm going to explain what he means further, and then I'm going to move on to the next question and keep going until all the questions are done. So let's get into the actual interview with a hacker. Morning. Thank you for responding. I appreciate the fact that you're willing to give me some information. I won't waste your time. I just have a few questions that you can hopefully answer. 1. How did you guys pull it off? Like, what kind of script virus Trojans do you guys use? Also, did you write the codes yourself? His answer. We use a hard-to-write styler for the creation of which we paid money to an experienced programmer. For the creation which we paid money to an experienced programmer. So that question right there, that answer, right there, told me that he's a script kiddie. A script kiddie is somebody that pays money to another programmer to use their scripts to hack someone else. So from this first question, I could tell that this guy, all he really does is write the emails, be very charismatic, and get people's information using somebody else's program. That's what that means, is that he didn't write the program. He's a script kiddie, which means he bought someone else's program, and all he does is try to lure people in. That's the answer to the first question. Now we're going to move on to the second. 2. Do you target anyone specific? Is there a type of demographic you look for? For example, do you target YouTuber streamers exclusively? And do you customize emails for different types of YouTubers? Because obviously this one I could tell was specifically catered to me, knowing that I like horror and I like video games. His answer. We are targeting any YouTubers from any country who have a YouTube channel with more than 30 to 50,000 subscribers. So I can tell that he answers the questions, but he tries to evade a little more because obviously he doesn't want to get caught. I want to say he doesn't want his things caught so that I can tell other people how to avoid them. All I can say right now is don't click on any phishing emails. All right. So 3rd question. What do you do with the accounts you gain access to? Do you sell them or do you use them? We sell YouTube channels, and they always buy because they later make money. But what kind of money? I will not say. What do you mean, what kind of money? So they sell YouTube channels, I'm assuming, on like a random website that you could probably buy a YouTube channel for. And it's kind of like when you buy a CSGO account for like, when you buy like a Smurf account for CSGO. Like you buy a Silver 4 account, right, for CSGO. And they're doing the same thing with YouTube channels where you think that you're buying a YouTube channel that somebody just doesn't want anymore, but no, you're buying a stolen YouTube channel. That's what he's saying. And that they always, because they later make money. And what he says about because they later make money, I think that's fucking so funny because what he doesn't know is that the AdSense account that was linked to that YouTube account is still under my name because I had it under a different email address. So yeah, when he's talking about they make money later, usually people like combine their YouTube account and their AdSense account under the same email. I had my YouTube account and my AdSense account under different emails. So even if this account grows to like 10 million subscribers, I get all the money. So it pays to have separate accounts, buddies. All right, question number 4. How easy was it to gain access to my accounts? 4. After opening our file, it was very easy to do. Trojan, easy. So I had so one of my coworkers is actually goes to school for cybersecurity and almost has his CompTIA Security Plus certificate. So I asked him, I told him my entire story, and I asked him, hey man, how do they get access to my accounts? It's because, and he told me, it's because when you are online, right, and you know how it auto-fills your password, like when you, for example, sign into your Gmail, and it auto-fills your password for you because it knows it. It stores your passwords on your system as a plain text file. So your very complicated password that you think nobody will know ever and is hard as fuck to crack is actually, if you have it as an autofill on anything, it's stored on your device somewhere as a plain text format, right? So example, you have a password fucking big titty 69, right? Let's just say that's your password. And you think no one in your fucking life is going to get it. And because every time you put it in, it has those circle random dumb fucks things, right? But once you hit remember password and it starts autofilling from there, as soon as you hit autofill password, it takes, the only reason that system knows that that's your password is because it's stored under a different document in your device under a plain text format. So literally in plain text, your email is somewhere on your system when you have it to autofill. That's how it was explained to me. I'm not sure if that made sense to you, but that's what it is. Anyway, let's move on. Can anyone get their accounts back? Question number 5. Can anyone get their accounts back? His answer: if we put protection, no one can get their account back. So this is where I noticed that he started to get a little cocky. Because I know for a fact that if I really tried, I can get my account back. But I honestly put it off until like 2 weeks ago to get my actual account back. I know. I'm sorry, but I was really fucking busy with work, okay? Leave me alone. Because if I hit Google up, they can just get into that account and give it back. Like, this guy is really cocky, but also he's extremely young. I'm guessing I think he's 18 or 19, I believe. So he's super young. He's super naive about the world. And you can tell that he's really cocky the further into this interview that we go. You'll see. Watch this. What kind of security do you use to lock your accounts you gain access to? When I tried to get my account back, it was locked behind a security key. What kind of key did you use? His answer: to save the method, I will not be able to answer this question. He used the Google Titan security key. It's not hard when it says that there's a security key. He used the Google Titan security key or anything similar, like a physical drive. He used it, plugged it into his computer and locked it behind that. For example, I have 3 Titan security keys, each one to a different email address. And one specifically is to phones. This one, you cannot access any of my accounts on any phone unless you have this account, unless you have this Titan security key. It's not that hard. I just wanted to see how much information he would give me. That's a lot of these questions I already knew the answer to. I wanted to know if he would tell me that. What kind of security do you have on your own system? Question number 7. His answer: I do not use any type of protection on my system, only on rare occasions. I don't think he fully understands the question here. So I really don't think he understood the whole question here. Because if he's a hacker, right? If he's a hacker man, we're in the mainframe. If he's one of those guys, he's going to have some fucking protection on his PC. But he says that he's not. He says that he doesn't. I think he has either a fucking massive supercomputer guarding his shit, or he didn't understand the question. So that's what I'm going to go with. He didn't understand the question. Question number 8. For someone who has not been hacked or has no knowledge on it, how easy is it to steal information from someone? 8. Our emails are mainly for those who have never been exposed to this kind of hacking. As an experienced user, it's very difficult to lure, but not impossible. That really kind of scared me a little bit right there. I'm not going to lie. Our emails are mainly for those who have never been exposed to this kind of hacking. What he's referring to is phishing emails. Like really like, hey, you want this, right? Kind of like a fish. Phishing emails is PHISHING. Phishing is when you literally cast a line out there like he did with this email. Like, you want this, and as soon as I take the bait, he reels it in. That's why it's called a phishing email. So what he's referring to is that someone who isn't experienced with phishing emails will never see this coming. And for someone like me now who is experienced in this, it's hard, but it's not impossible. Which means that they're getting better and better at disguising their email addresses and disguising what actually is going on in the Dropbox files that they give to you. So this is actually kind of a concerning little tidbit of information here, but not impossible. That kind of made my heart do a little tingle whenever I read that. All right, question number 9. Does the pros of more accounts outweigh the cons of possible jail time? This is where the cockiness really comes into play. 9. The money is really big, but there is no risk of jail time unless I steal a YouTuber's accounts from my country. That's false. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Because if I press charges, especially with the things that he had access to, I could really put him in jail if I really wanted to. If I wanted to, I could like send this whole thing to the feds, and they would find out who this guy was, where he lived. I don't care. It doesn't matter if he's using a VPN. And I could send him to prison for a very long time. But like I said, I'm not upset at him. But he's cocky. Don't listen to him. You can definitely go to prison for stealing someone's information. That's called identity theft. Don't fucking do it. Moving on. Question number 10. Why did you start hacking people? Is there a motive behind it? The motive, however, is very trivial. It's big money and no jail time. So I'm guessing his motivation really is just money. He doesn't really give a fuck about the fact that he's wrong because he's stupid, or the fact that he could go to jail for a very long time for doing something very stupid. Sorry, I'm getting a little carried away here with this one. But he doesn't really understand the boundaries of what is legal and not legal, right? What he's doing is totally not legal, and it transcends any international boundaries because the internet is not ran by a single country unless you're on a country's website, right? So I don't know if that's true. Don't look that up. But I'm guessing that his entire motivation is just money, which you can't blame him. He's an 18-year-old kid. But you don't do this, especially if it's super fucking illegal like what he's doing. And then he ends the interview with, it's good. It's good if you really get the experience and become more prepared for this kind of business. I think he thinks that I want to become a hacker. I don't. You're an idiot. And then he ends it even furthermore with, don't worry, we don't touch accounts or accounts other than YouTube channel. However, there are some scammers who only steal your money, data, engage in extortion, so you're very lucky that I only deal with YouTube. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a fat lie. You know how I know? Because my Instagram was hacked. My actual personal Instagram account was hacked. Not in a very sinister way, but in the way that it started following people. Like, I'm talking tens of thousands of people in the span of like 2 minutes. Like, it was kind of crazy. And then, not only this, my Facebook, my personal Facebook was attacked and hacked under the name Lily Collins, and I was banned from Facebook because of it. I had to make an entirely new Facebook account because of that. I had to explain to my mom that I was hacked and the things that were being sent onto my page was not me, and it was literally like trying to explain black hole theory and spaghettification to a fucking caveman. Mom, that wasn't me. That I didn't post that. Don't click on that link.
What? It says it's you. What do you mean it's not you? This is you. I can see it. It's your picture. It's you.
Mom, it's not me. I swear to God, somebody got my account. It's not me. Somebody else is posting and looking like me.
That doesn't make any sense. I can see that it's your name.
It was so fucking stupid. Oh my God. But after all that, they changed the name to Lily Collins, and it really didn't affect me much, except for, I had a lot of friends that I haven't talked to in a long time on that account. Me again. They also got my Discord. I know that because a bunch of people were messaging me on Discord saying that I had sent porn to each and every single one of them, as well as a bunch of different groups that I was in. All porn. So, thanks, dude. I hate him. But what it looked like after like 5 minutes was that it wasn't me posting it. It was some lady named Lily Collins who was actually a big actress. And then my account was then banned from Facebook. So not only was my YouTube taken, but also my Instagram and Facebook was taken. So we don't touch any other accounts other than YouTube. Fuck you, you fucking liar. So remember how I said it was really important to remember that the original email saying that I got hacked was in French? That's because at the end of this email, it says in Russian, Udachi, which means good luck. So you're trying to throw me off here by trying to make me think that he's Russian when I know for a fact that he's French. How do I know for a fact that he's French? Because Google only sends you emails based off of your location. So that Google security alert, he was located in France. He's French. Ugh. So this whole thing, udachi, good luck in Russian, it's just to throw me off the trail. But I'm like the fucking mystery gang, dude. I'm like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy and Velma and shit. I'll find out who the fuck you are, and I'll come over there and I'll shake your hand because it was such a good-ass job that you did. Moving on. And then after that, I sent him another email because I was looking for a receipt that I had in that email. I really wanted... I bought a Dead Space thing, and I didn't get it, so I needed the receipt. But he didn't email me back. So that was the ending of that whole situational drama. That was the end of that email address, email interview thing like that. Hold on, there was something else I wanted to talk about, Jazz. Give me 1 second. And then now that you guys know about the interview and stuff like that, I want to tell you guys a little bit about the virus itself, because the virus itself is really fucking kind of crazy. So when I extracted the files, there was 2 different files in there. One was the promotional trailer for Redfall, which honestly looks like a dog shit fucking game. Fuck you. And the second one was the actual contract. Now, what I didn't see when I initially loaded it up was that it was 888,888,888 bytes of information. I think that's 888 megabytes, not a gigabyte. So that was a little sketchy at first. But if I just right-clicked it and clicked on properties to see what kind of file it was, I would be able to see that it was not a PDF file like they told me it was going to be. It was, in fact, a screensaver file. That's how you know it was a Trojan. So if you think that something's a Trojan, look at the properties. If it's a screensaver, it's a fucking Trojan, because that's what they got me with. The file itself was a MP4 for the promotional, but for the contract, it was saved under a screensaver. And when I tried to open it, nothing happened. And that's when I knew, oh fuck, they fucking got me. God damn it. Furthermore, when a couple days after this happened, I tried to take that exact file and I tried to put it into a internet program. I'm going to link it in the description. It's called Intern NXT. Intern NXT is somewhere where you can drop files that have viruses on them, and it scans them and it tells you exactly what kind of virus you're dealing with, what kind of Trojans, and also how many people around the world have been infected with this exact same Trojan. And also, I heard this from someone else, actually. This is a word from mouth. Big company use this, like Google, McAfee, all that kind of stuff. They use this program to find out if other people have been hacked by this or what kind of thing it is. Sorry, I've been recording for like an hour and 9 minutes off the fucking dome. My brain is toasted, but there's so much more information to give, so let's continue giving information. So when I dragged and dropped the file, the actual screensaver file, into Intern NXT, it said nothing. This Trojan has never been seen before by anyone else. Anyone else on the entire fucking internet. Zero. And I might also like to add before anything that I also did that with the McAfee security scanner before I opened the initial email, because even though I trusted them, I wanted to make sure even more. And so I ran it through a scanner, basically, and it said that it was fine. So that's why I opened it. So don't think that I just was stupid and blinded, even though I was. Then I didn't scan it before opening it. I scanned it, and it said that it was fine. That's why I opened it. Anyway, when I threw it into Intern NXT, it said that there was nothing. Nobody had ever been affected by this kind of Trojan before. And even fucking better, when I put it into Intern NXT, it fucking wiped itself clean off my hard drive. What do I mean by that? It went from 888 megabytes, megabytes, whatever, to 0. It wiped itself off of my fucking PC by itself because it knew that it was getting scanned for viruses. So after this whole thing wiped itself off my hard drive, I went to the one place where I knew that I could get some answers as to what the fuck this was. And that place is none other than the butthole of the internet, Reddit. Yes, I went to Reddit, r/hacker, r/hacking, r/historical hacks, anything that had to do with hacking on Reddit. I was on that subreddit at one point in time trying to ask these questions. Now, I was on there for two different reasons. One of them was the reason why this video is so goddamn late is because I wanted to ask another hacker these exact questions that I asked this hacker through email, because I wanted an actual answer to each one of these questions in depth and in detail, because I wanted to get it from a more educational purpose for this video, so I can actually educate you on what these people are actually doing when they're hacking you. Second of all, I wanted to know exactly what the fuck kind of virus I was dealing with. Like, why the hell did it wipe itself? Is it hard to write a script to where it's getting scanned, it just magically wiped itself off your fucking HDD? Like, what's going on? But you know something? For Reddits that have to do with hacking and subreddits that have to do with hackers or dilemmas with hacks or anything like that, Trojan horses, you can't ask fucking shit about hacking. Because my entire question was, hey, like, I had a disappearing Trojan off of my PC. Does any of you know what caused it? And each and every single time, removed by Reddit, removed by Reddit. You violated the rules. You asked for hacking. You asked for help with hacking. You want to hack somebody. Like, oops, you can't do this. You can't. What the fuck? Why do you have a fucking Reddit subreddit or a fucking hacking subreddit where you can't ask hacking questions? That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. That's like kind of like going to the pool, asking for swimming lessons, and they say, fuck off, we don't swim here. We just sit here and look at it. That is the dumbest fucking thing. If you run a Reddit hacking subreddit bullshit and you do that, fuck you. You are the worst piece of information in the goddamn world. Because some of these Reddits were like, education on hacking. Oh my god, this is exactly what I want. Hey, here's this question. Sorry, we can't answer your questions because it has to do with hacking. It's like kind of like going to school and learning jack shit because your teacher is just beating the shit out of you every fucking day of your life. It is the dumbest fucking thing of the goddamn world. And I'm so pissed off because I put this video off for 3 months hoping for an answer, but all of these were like literally 20 different subreddits I went to and I asked these questions, and I like went through and I asked them at least 5 times each because I like took out words like, okay, this is probably what's violating it. Sorry, you can't, you're asking for hacking. So what about this word? Sorry, you can't. Dumb. Stupid. Fucking stupid. Anyway, we can't get the answers because the fucking Reddit subreddit or fucking hacking subreddit won't allow me to ask questions even though it's a fucking educational subreddit. Stupid. Dumb. Fucking stupid. Anyway. God, sorry. That whole thing is so dumb. It's so dumb. So I had to go off on a rant there. Oh my fucking god. Anyway, that's all the information that I have right now about what's going on. If you guys want to keep up with this whole story, just subscribe to this channel. I'll post updates in the community tab, and once I get that account back, I'll start posting there as well, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your continued support on here, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. If you guys want links to my social media to follow me anywhere, the links to everything is down below in the description. And again, if you're a fan of some of the most darkest parts of the internet, as well as internet conspiracy theories or rabbit holes, this is definitely a channel for you. Hit the subscribe and notification bell, and you can hear more of my stuttering every freaking week because goddamn, I do it a lot. I don't like scripts. Scripts are stupid. If you can't talk, why the fuck are you a commentary channel? I don't get it. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.